Just last week, the deputies union gave Sheriff Scott Israel a vote of no confidence by over 85%. They were upset with his leadership and the response to the Parkland massacre. They were upset with his showboating. They were upset with his mismanagement. And they showed that to him with an 85% vote of no confidence. So now it is up to Florida Governor Rick Scott, as I understand it, to determine whether or not he wants to remove Sheriff Scott Israel, who sat there on that stage and lied to America's face. He didn't stand for students. He stood for camera lights. He didn't stand for students. He ran for CNN and MSNBC and NBC and ABC's cameras. He's the coward from Broward, and he has no confident vote. Totally. You know, I was real nice to him. I went up backstage. His deputies came up to me, and I could tell immediately, right from the start, that there was tension between the sheriff and his deputies. They made it real clear what side they were on. They made it very clear that there were things going on in their department, and I could immediately see it. And they really didn't have a lot to do with him backstage while he went out there and electioneered and blamed all of you, blamed so many law-abiding Americans for his incompetency. Did you know, for instance, that he and the superintendent of the Broward School District, they together signed this pledge to implement the Promise program in their schools? Robert Runcie, who's the superintendent of that district, is very proud of the fact that he reduced criminal offenses, criminal arrests by 63%. And you want to know how he did it? He stopped reporting them. That's exactly what happened. It's like saying, well, we prevented crime because we stopped arresting people. That's exactly what they did in Florida. And you need, one of the things that I really want you to leave here with when you go back to your homes is to find out if your school district has similar programs, because these programs are the kind that actually contributed to the massacre in Parkland, because they coddle these students. And Runcie's proud of it. He liked those federal dollars. And Sheriff Scott Israel signed this pledge, and he was so proud of it, and now he's nowhere to be found. His incompetency, Robert Runcie's incompetency, contributed to this. And that man sat there with me on stage and lied to my face and lied to America's face. And he allowed a mother that lived thousands of miles away, who left her children to fly in a storm, to go down there to Parkland, to take the blame for his lack of action. No, we are owed an apology. I am owed an apology, and I will get that apology.